અસીમ જય જયકાર હો.
દાદા ભગવાનના 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 અસીમ જય જય. સંજયજી, સંજયજી એનો ચાવી.
દાદા ભગવાનના અસીમ જય જયકાર હો.
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 દાદા ભગવાનના અસીમ જય
અસીમ જય જયકાર હો.
દાદા ભગવાનના અસીમ જય જયકાર હો.
દાદા ભગવાન. Ankur, sing too. You too sing. દાદા ભગવાનના અસીમ જય જયકાર હો.
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 ઓ દાદા ભગવાનના અસીમ જય જયકાર હો.
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 દા-
It froze.
Yep. Deepakanandji.
દાદા ભગવાનના અસીમ જય જયકાર હો.
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 ઓ દાદા ભગવાનના અસીમ જય જયકાર હો.
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 Jai Sachidanand. Thank you, Deepakanandji, Lataben, Lalitaben. Deepakanandji, 3 mantra, please.
જય સચ્ચિદાનંદ નમો વિતરાગાય.
નમો વિતરાગાય.
નમો અરિહંતાણં.
નમો અરિહંતાણમ.
નમો સિદ્ધાણં.
નમો સિદ્ધાણમ.
નમો આયરિયાણં.
નમો આયરિયાણમ.
નમો વજ્રાયાણં.
નમો વજ્જાયાનમ.
નમો લોય સર્વસાહં.
નમો લોય સવ્વ સાહુનમ.
પંચન મુક્કારો.
એસો પંચન મુક્કારો.
સર્વ પાપનાશનો.
સર્વ પાવપણાસનો.
મંગળાણં ચ સર્વેષી.
મંગળાનમ ચ સર્વેસિમ.
પડમ હવૈ મંગલમ.
પરમં હવૈ મંગલમ.
ઓમ નમો ભગવતે વાસુદેવાય.
ઓમ નમો ભગવતે વાસુદેવાય.
ઓમ શિવાય.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand.
Okay, Jai Chaitanya
Jai
Mahatma.
Satchidanand.
We are meeting after almost a gap of 1 month. And last time we left was Agna number 1 and 2. So anybody wants to share experience on how they did it, how they didn't do it, difficulties? Okay, there's nobody. Then I'm going to ask point blank question. We have taken down for a long time, some of us.
Mhm.
So let's share your experience, how Agna 1 and 2 are imbibing in your everyday life. And you want to share it or you want me to start?
You start.
Thank you. Thank you, Lata. Okay, initially when you took the Gnan, you had no concept of all this stuff. And gradually, you started learning that 5 Agnas are the most fundamental things in your lives. And then, of course, at that time we were all working. So we had tons and tons of problems at work, not compared to at home. So then, during satsangs or interaction with Aptputra and all that, I came to realize, Rajni came to realization that, hey, this is something you need to use. So I started not at home, I started at work, especially in meetings. I started consciously saying, hey, namaskar to everybody, and Suddhatma, namaskar to everybody before meeting. So that was pretty much good success. And then as I evolved, I started, practicing this more and more at work because at work there's always issues, problems, especially we being Indians and other people reporting to you, they don't take it that easily.
Mhm.
So having said that, and now, I've come to a point that now every time I meet somebody, whether I know them or not, internally I say namaskar, and then by that default, because my practice, I bow down to their Suddhatma. So that relative and real is start really gelling right now. Only issue at home, I see Taruben 10 times, but it doesn't come that like it comes to outside people. So this is my experience. Now,
Yeah,
should I? Yeah,
yeah,
go, Kashabhai.
yes, Sachin. Yeah, I will share about that. But can I ask one question before that?
Yeah, but let us go into this one before. If you are other topic, then we'll keep it after this because this is very important.
Okay,
And then
so
we'll
yeah,
take it up. So
so my
let
experience,
everybody please think about it, and
the,
everybody will have to take turns. No exception today.
my experience is that about see this Pratikraman, I found that it also includes this first two agnas also. So Pratikraman Vidhi is very scientifically Dadaji has made, wherein you have to you invoke your own Dada Bhagwan within you and also in the other person's Shuddhatma. So automatically the first two agnas will come in. So, and I found that Pratikraman is very useful. So, I'm focusing right now on Pratikraman, the files which are, sticky and coming. I have to deal with them daily. So, that more I am focusing. And so, that is my experience.
Very good.
And
Okay.
yeah, and benefit from that is that the, the ups and the hard feelings, little bit softer than I feel, for those five.
Yeah. Yeah, very good. Yeah, I forgot to also mention the benefits that have been tremendous, especially when I started in meeting. I used to have executive meetings and with other companies executive, it was all the meetings pretty much went really smoothly. So yeah, that was, I forgot to tell the benefits. But also Deepakanji is listening to this, but Deepakanji will also quiz you on that one, okay? Lalita Ben?
Yes, I would say a lot of the changes were very subtle that I don't recall making conscious efforts, but people noticed, hey, your personality has changed, arguments between Radhe and me, it was one-sided. I would just keep quiet. And my in-laws noticed, hey, you're not retaliating, you're not talking back. So these things have happened over the years, but consciously, I feel this is a total game changer, that this is such a unique way of living out your life. I don't have any specific examples except that it's just become a way of life. It's not always that I see Shuddhatma and others, but definitely at the end of the day, try to do pratikraman for all the missed opportunities. And those things have made a difference,
Okay.
subtle and gross.
Okay, very good. Kirti Ben, I hope you can talk. Unmute. Vaishali Ben is next, you are online, okay?
Jai Sachidanand. Pratikraman playing a very, very good role on my Jagruti. From last, I would say, at least 2-3 months, I'm focusing more toward where I'm looking the negativity home in my closest right now in my life right now. Definitely family members are there. Do the pratikraman, relative real drashti. I always in the morning do the pratikraman for all 7. But beside that, I found that my neighbors, whom I see them every day, and by knowingly or unknowingly, I see them at fault or see them karta, why they are acting, why they are talking like this. And I was literally putting focus on them and pratikraman, really sending them the pratikraman with a good bhav. And I noticed my next door neighbor, whom I had because her personality, that's why I had an opinion. It changed. And last week she came to the house and she said, I haven't seen you in a while. Everything is okay. Why? And she said, I'm here for you. Tell me anytime. Same way with the other neighbor. They just came. They are just walking and said, we haven't seen you lately. What's going on? And I said, everything is good. But what I'm saying, I'm doing the pratikraman, looking their positivity, because knowingly or unknowingly, I saw them at fault. I saw them at doers, why they are acting like that. Because they are my closest file now, because I see them and they come in my daily interaction. So this is pratikraman, and that's also helping me see my mistakes and looking them at the positivity. So that's what helping. And Dada's Krupa is always helping me right now. Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sir, thank you for the latecomers, Vaishali Ben, Meera Ben, Shalya Ben. If you recall, a month ago, we talked about uh, Agna 1 and 2. So nobody shared the experience. So we said, okay, you have been so many years of Gnan you've taken. So what is your experience in using, uh, uh, Agna number 1 and 2? So that's what we are sharing. Okay. So Are you ready, Vaishali Ben, or we
Sure,
go to
Jai
Meera?
Satchidanand Uncle.
Okay,
Thank you
very
for
good.
clarifying that. That was my question. I'm not sure what we're sharing, but now I know.
Okay.
It's for me, I don't know if the sticky files or the files in my home see the difference in me yet. I don't really reciprocate it. Haven't heard anything. But personally, this particular year has been a really challenging year. And what I've noticed is Gnan has kept me, obviously it goes up and down. You know, the emotions take over and then it goes up and then it goes down. But by being in Gnan and coming back to this as often as I can, the balance has been maintained. Where, you know, in Gujarati, I've said, like, you know how you get all shaken up? Hari jawai એવું નથી થયું. I've been able to stay solid. That, you know, all of these things are happening around me and they continue happening, but I remain, you know, Prakruti remains relative to Vaishali remains that stillness, and then also I can see the realness in me, like I can remain true to Shuddhatma Swarup. I make an attempt to see Shuddhatma in everybody as often as I can, but like Lalita Aunty said, I think what helps is taking accounting at the end of the day where I've missed it and doing pratikraman for them. That's what's keeping me going, because I think during the day it's so easy for me to get pulled fully on the outside, but then at the end of the day I could kind of reel it back in. So that's been my experience.
So you're attributing your stability to Agna number 1 and 2 plus Pratikraman?
Plus pratikraman, correct? Yes.
Okay. Meera-ben, are you there? Shelia Ben, are you there?
I'm here. Jai Satchidanand, everyone. This is
Jai
Meera Ben.
Satchidanand.
Jai
Okay.
Satchidanand. I'm on the phone, so that's why I'm not putting it on the camera, but I am here, and
Okay.
I wanted to share that
Just a point, Meera-ben, how long
Yeah.
have you been, when did you take Nan?
I took Nan in 1994.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
1994. So
1994 means in Lalita Ben's place. Okay.
yeah, in Oak Ridge. Yes.
Okay.
And
Oak Ridge. Okay.
Oh,
Okay, go
great.
ahead.
Yes. And
Okay.
I'll have to tell you that that whole experience was crazy. It was all due to Dada Mama. I missed Nyan by one day. And I cried and cried and cried and cried and cried and cried. And then the next day, and I cried to Dada Uncle, I cried to everybody. And and then the next day, miraculously, I got Nyan. But the thing is that that Nyan, that whole concept of Nyan, I was too young, I think, to appreciate it. So this is my journey with file number 1 and file number 2. I was too young to appreciate the power, the knowledge that Nyan gave. So I've been practicing, so I go in, like, it only helped when I was at work, just like you said, Rajnikaka, like when I went to work, I felt much like that Nyan calmed me, because if there was there was someone that was not nice, right? Like you felt like they were coming at you, not nice. Immediately when I settle, I say, okay, I am just like file number, by relative viewpoint, I'm Meera. By relative viewpoint, they are so-and-so. By real viewpoint, I'm Shuddhatma. By real viewpoint, they are so-and-so. We are all tops. We are all spinning in our own path. We cannot help it. So that settled me. But where the real Purusharth has come is at home, though, for me, because at home, there's so many things happening, and so many things, like the work people I'll see only once in a while. Like, it's okay, I move jobs, I don't see them necessarily. But at home, they're here. They're with me, and they're constantly there. As much as I do pratikraman, it comes back and something else happens. So there is where this file number 1 and file number 2, the 2 Agnyas, which are so, like, the minute that I even say it, by relative viewpoint, I'm Meera. By real viewpoint, I'm Shuddhatma. There's a stillness, and that stillness helps in that dealing. And you know that they're also Shuddhatma. We should not, and the pratikraman is immediate, because I don't remember. I don't remember by the time the day comes through, so I have to do it quickly.
Okay, very good. So we'll take a pause right now for Shailya Ben and Rani to come back afterwards. So Deepakanji, you heard us. Please, what you heard us, and you want to give us some analysis of that, and then then we'll ask you, how you doing on that. Deepakanji?
Yeah, thanks, Chida. See, it is everyone's experience that as we pass from one circumstance, one situation to other,
Deepakanji, you are not coming out clear.
all our
Deepakanji,
can
you
I
are not.
do?
Breaking
Still
up.
not clear.
No.
Try this. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, this is better.
So all these situations make us pass through happiness, unhappiness, liking and disliking situations. Now, that is the mandatory part of the karmic result, which every one of us have to pass through. But in those moments of liking or disliking part, what we are supposed to be uh, doing with the help of the vision, what we have acquired from Dada Bhagwan, by real viewpoint, I will pursue myself. It is my body self permanent. What suffering he passes through. And wherever I find mistakes, I correct him. So by real viewpoint, I perceive what Deepakanand is doing, and by relative viewpoint, I fix Deepakanand wherever he commits a mistake. Wherever lapse I see in Deepakanand, I correct him. So by real viewpoint, I perceive Deepakanand, and by relative viewpoint, every time I see a mistake, I don't miss to correct him. So that is how I remain in Dada's Agna. And that really helps me. This Pratikraman, because it is with the vision of pure soul, it is not doership based Pratikraman, but it truly corrects our mistake. Doership based Pratikraman ends up causing meritorious karma, punya karma. It is not that, it eliminates the mistake. So that's how we whole day long we remain in these two agnas by real viewpoint, with the help of the prajna shakti. I perceive Deepakanand outside, then I perceive Deepakanand belief also, how his beliefs are making outside Deepakanand commit. And when I correct that belief, then outside Deepakanand eventually gets corrected, gets fixed. And in my free time, that means not under pressure of karma, when I'm free, I understand also the mistake of my intermediate enlightened Antaratma state also, where I missed to see the mistake. Although the light, divine light of your truth, Prajna Shakti is illuminating every aspect of Deepakanand, but wherever I have decided to see, I am able to see, and that's how it goes on. So gradually, outside Deepakanand becomes normal, goes toward normality, and my intermediate enlightened state, Antaratma state, also gets uplifted because I am able to see more, I am able to correct myself more gradually as I correct the mistakes of my intermediate state. So that's how it is helping me. And the best part is, I mean, many times I have said that just without any surrounding circumstances, bad or ugly, I am able to remain cheerful, happy, at peace, and also understand others, their inability or helplessness, how they have to pass through karma, their karma, pass through suffering, and many times I pray also for them. So that's how Vishnu does actually makes you perfect. Really, you, your receptive power increases, and relatively your body can become numb. So the indication whether, I mean, how well you are remaining in the two Agna is indicated by outside Deepakanand, how well he remains with others, how amicable he remains with others, how positive he remains with others, how in harmony he remains with others. So that's a wonderful thing. Gradually, I end up accepting everyone as they are, irrespective of what they do, good, bad. Because I understand that they are not doing, he is not doing, or she is not doing. It is the past karma which is making the person do things and making the person suffer, and at times others also. So, social life research, listening to others' problems also, others' life situation they want to share, even they want to ask, will need clarification. So here I understand that, whatever you want, if you remain persistent and do not change and remain positive, ultimately you are the winner. It may take little time, but we should not give up. We should not give up amicable settlement. We should not give up positivity. And that's how, by remaining positive and with firm decision to remain in the Agna, that itself uh, keeps me at peace and really uh, cheerful all the time. And that's what I feel. That's our goal. With that, we should be able to handle and deal with anyone positively without any problem and without any hindrance, also negative feeling about anyone. And, and at times when we come to know someone's folly or someone's negativity, then I understand that, oh my God, this karmic pressure is so powerful. Even for the enlightened ones, at times it becomes so difficult to manage, and at times they succumb to their weaknesses. But I understand that if you remain firm and strong, that will always help you. It will not allow you to cross its boundary. It will not allow you to succumb to any of your weaknesses, because you are on the positive side. You are having a firm and clear decision not to cross the boundary, and it always helps you. And in fact, I feel that as circumstances we pass through, more and more, uh, it really helps me uh, further, further makes me firm and clear about my decision to remain in the boundaries of Agna and nine diamonds. It is very important. The discharging part could be anything. I'd say the discharging part could be anything. But if you are clear and firm and persistent about your clear decision and vigilant, it really helps. Dada really helps you. He really takes care of you in the sense it always make you alert whenever situations come up, and that's how it helps. So, like it gradually makes you understand how Dada was living with others, how Dada dealt with others, in spite of the fact that in his vision he was able to see everything of others, and he always remained indifferent towards the relative shortcomings and always was supportive in helping others progress to overcome their mistakes. And that's how I believe we all also must be very positive. This is the world, and we come across so many things, and we get to know so many things about so many people. At the same time, how to remain positive, how to remain uh, helpful to them, that becomes our duty. And that's how it's going on very well. Okay, Satchidanand.
Yes, yes, very good, Deepakanji. Shailaben and Rani, you want to share your experience after ground, how you've been able to uh, do the Agna 1 and 2? Okay.
Sure,
So,
I can share, Uncle.
oh, perfect.
JSS.
Go ahead.
I think for me, I think what everybody said, similar themes and concepts about it's not always consistent. You know, it goes up and down, fluctuates. But what I kind of wanted to share is how it's helped you in very difficult circumstances, I think. And I don't know if this is appropriate, but I was with my father when he died in the hospital room. And as painful as that and shocking kind of as that circumstance was, in that moment, I was able to recognize that it was his body that was passing away. And if I hadn't had that knowledge through Dada's grace, through that, I don't know what I would even be like right now, the grief and how it would tear you apart. But I was able to remain calm and clear and, like I said, it was painful. It was not that it was not a painful, it was a very painful. That was the thing. It was so painful. And yet I was able to say, it was the body. And what gave the thing was like, see, after he passed away, the ventilator, it keeps going till they shut it off, which I didn't realize. And so his body looks like it's breathing. And so then I realized like that's a machine, a machine keeping another machine moving, but that life was gone. And I think being able to even have an experience like that is, as I don't want to say I'm grateful for that, but I'm grateful for that, you know. And I think my dad would have wanted me to have that experience, you know.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely. He always kind of drilled that in my head, and he was the one I did satsang with the most. And I thought, once you go, who will I do satsang with? And immediately the Zoom satsangs, you know, we got onto that.
Yeah.
And Dada didn't even leave a gap in, you know, like, I'll take care of it, don't worry. Because Dad would, you know, we'd only do satsang. We would only, that's about how Nyan changed my life. It's that I had someone who only talked that, didn't talk about what are you doing in your job and these kinds of things, you know. And that was always the reminder, even though, like Mira had said, I may have been too young to appreciate what I had, or you're going distracted with studies and work and everything. But he always reminded, you know, what's important. And I think that Nyan is it's a energy kind of a thing. It's alive. It's not a concept. It's a very real thing. And that has, like, a fire has been kept alive through all of this turmoil, change, transition, all of that. And so I think that is what I have to say really has not just, it's saved our lives, given us life. It is our life, you know, like, I don't know what else to say, but I just wanted to share that experience and how this has helped with that.
That is wonderful experience you said. And, you know, that really shows that, you know, how consciously or unconsciously you're grabbed the Agnas, you know. And I remember you were very active in those good old days also. So, you know, that that always has an influence on us, you know, as we go along. So wonderful, Rani. Yeah. Okay. So before I forget, for next year, you know, since this has come, Deepakanandji talk about vigilance, let us really look the whole 7 days now for next week on Agnas 1 and 2 and see how we are doing consciously on okay. So that'll be good practice. Deepakanji, you want to add something? Deepakanji?
Yeah, that's true. It's like
I was afraid of this. Okay. I don't know. Anybody where?
Hear me now?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Don't turn on your.
Yeah. So it's like, you know, we have been listening satsang, but when such moments come in our life wherein we are able to correlate and rather understand when our near ones and dear ones are departing, at that very moment, if you are able to remain at peace and calmness, it's great, and that's a wonderful experience, and that experience will always be with you all the time, and also help you remain with inner balance. That's great. That's wonderful. But that will happen if you are really consistently in touch with the science, using the arts, living the Agnas, then only it will work. It's like once in a while, if you are doing the prayers, once in a while you uh, see pure soul in others, so that's not going to help you remain perfect and balanced. And if that is the thing, then in such situations, rather in such tricky emotional situations, you will not be able to remain with your inner balance. So that's wonderful. All heads off to Dada Satsang, Mahatmas, parents, whoever, they have given us the wisdom of right understanding. Jai Satchidanand.
Especially like, you know, I don't know Miraben, but Rani, I know Rani for a long time. So, it was wonderful for the children to be a part of us. That's just amazing how it was. And now still Rani is with us. That's the good part about it. Okay. Okay. So for
And
next.
she will remain with us.
Okay, so next week, let us be vigilant and we'll practice on 1 and 2. And like you said, everybody has their own niches, how you do it, So, yeah, Elizabeth?
On the same note, I just wanted to say that, the satsangs, the prayers, everything has kept us on an even keel, that the family thinks I'm in denial and I'm not grieving properly. So I just wanted to share that with you.
That, yeah. That's all
But that's how
normally.
the world sees you.
Yeah,
See?
exactly. That's a
You got
normal
to do all this
reaction.
hand wringing and tearing your hair and stuff, that's their version of grief.
Yeah. That's normal how people would look at us, Yeah. Okay, that's a good one also.
That's what I just wanted. When she brought
Yeah.
that up, I just wanted to share that.
Yeah. Oh, very good. Okay. Okay, now Kashyabhai, you had something to talk about?
Yeah, I want to know meaning of our sutra. Yeah, can I ask?
Oh, hold on. Oh, Miraben said something. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, just a minute. I will share. Sutra number 758. This is the first I will read in Gujarati, then in English. પુણ્ય સંસારમાં રખડાવ્યા છે. પુણ્યથી ઇન્દ્રિયોના વિષયોના સુખ બધા ભેગા થાય, એમાં પછી કપટ ભેગું થાય. ભોગવાની લાલસા માટે કપટ ઉભા થાય અને કપટથી સંસાર ઉભો થાય છે. કપટ અને વેરથી આ સંસાર ઉભો રહ્યો છે. English, merit karma punya has made one wander in the worldly life. Merit karma brings together sensual pleasures of 5 senses, from which arises deceit. Temptation to indulge in pleasure is the reason that gives rise to deceit, and deceit gives rise to the worldly life. Deceit and revengeful enmity is the reason this worldly life remains in existence. So please explain this, how this it says that deceit and revengeful enmity is the reason for this worldly life, and the punya merit has
because of the karma
what gives to rise to deceit and all these things. Please explain.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Do you hear me?
Yes.
Now, so one thing is that today's meritorious karma, that is punya karma, it gives us happiness. But here Dada has said that unfortunately in today's time, it is the cause of our wandering, in the sense that because of the punya karma, meritorious karma, what happens, we come across 5 sense happiness, comfort and all that. And due to that, all these comforts and happiness of the
It's disconnected.
Deepakanandji?
Disconnected, right?
Frozen must be. He's at a village in Rajasthan. So, let me.
Okay, now, can you hear me?
Yeah, Deepakanandji, please don't turn on your video, please.
Okay, I don't. See, the idea is because of karma, this is punya karma outcome. it was not that it comes and it goes. But when we come across such sensual pleasures out of meritorious karma, and when the karma ends, that inner desire of having more kind of happiness naturally opens. And it ends up doing or committing grave mistakes to accomplish those pleasures, those happiness. And that's how you end up committing mistakes. And the obvious mistake is deceit, cheating others to fulfill your uh, inner greed of having this sense of 5 cents happiness. So matter is quite clear, and Radha Dada has made it very clear that in today's time, punya karma, meritorious karma, they don't help you really enjoy life, but it ends up causing negative karmas, dangerous karma, and will make you wander. So in today's time, if you have less meritorious karma and little more non-meritorious punya path karma, then you will remain in your inner balance, and rather you will do pratikraman. You keep correcting, oh, what have I done that I come across all these negativities in my life. So in the positivity, people tend to get lost and end up wandering. It's a chidan.
And what about this? You said deceit and revengeful enmity is the reason this worldly life remains in existence.
Yeah, because then when I adhere to deceit, cheating others to fulfill my inner urge of 5 chance happiness, definitely end up making me more violent, and definitely that is going to end up making more enemies around than friends. Because then to fulfill those 5 cents happiness, I will not spare even my close ones and dear ones. And definitely that is going to end up in having revengeful, because that's how I'm not going to take care or have any concern about their uh, concurrence. I am just, I'll be after my happiness and ignore the other person's consent also at times, willingness. That is going to cause, make more enemies than friends. And yes, the worldly life will continue and I will keep wandering. Okay?
Because we don't get separate from that those worldly life because of these things, deceit and revenge.
What separate?
We end up going more into a worldly life. These accounts, they don't dissolve, they keep on increasing because of deceit and revengeful enemy.
Here I would like to add one thing, that because of the wisdom of knowledge what we have got, this is applicable to outside people who doesn't have the wisdom of knowledge. Because for one who is enlightened and have the blessing of having this knowledge, and because he has already experienced the bliss of pure soul, for him this temporary happiness at times can drive them away, but finally, because of the vigilance part and the prajna shakti cautioning part, it will guide you, saying that don't be after this temporary stuff. This is with arrival and departure, whereas my bliss is permanent. It never comes and goes, it remains with me. And that's how gradually I learn to perceive even these meritorious karma as temporary ones only, and so I don't get driven away by their pleasures, which is
So
more applicable to people who don't have this wisdom of knowledge.
for non-Mahatma is more applicable. For Mahatmas, little bit they get the things get delayed. The process, right? It happens.
Not the delayed. At times they can get driven away a little bit, but then that Prajna Shakti cautions the Mahatma that hey, this is temporary stuff. This is not your stuff. You are taking happiness from things which is outside you, and its nature is to arrive and depart, but your nature is permanent. You are there and your bliss is permanent. So gradually Mahatma, the enlightened one, learn to see such phases of happiness and unhappiness both in a very balanced way.
Yes, but
Initially,
for that,
it can drive them away, but then finally, because we are continuously in touch with Satsang.
yeah, that's what I wanted to say. For Prajna to work fully linked with Satsang is necessary, right?
Correct, absolutely.
So, yeah,
Absolutely.
that is what my experience was, because before online Satsang link was not very less, so but since online Satsang things much improve.
Oh, very true.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. JSS.
Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand. Kriti-ben?
Jai Satchidanand Deepakanandji. I have a question from Aptavani number 3. I send you the picture of that. Aptavani number 3, and I send you the picture of the page. It say Atma Guna and Gnan Darshan. I have a question from there. I can read if you don't have a way to find. It's page number 68. I send you the picture. It say Atma na guno permanent છે અને એના ધર્મ વપરાઈ રહ્યા છે. જ્ઞાન પરમનન્ટ છે અને જોવું જાણવું એ ટેમ્પરરી છે, કારણ કે અવસ્થા બદલાય તેમ જોનારની અવસ્થા બદલાય છે. એ સમજાતું નથી મને કે જોવા જાણવાનું એ ટેમ્પરરી. દાદા શું કહેવા માંગે છે અહીંયા? How do I see it?
What it means, your quality of perception is permanent. The way knowledge is permanent. And Ju Janu, in the sense, when things come in front of you, you means pure soul, it gets illuminated. The power of knowledge, that is through vision and knowledge, gets used, and when the situation subsides, it goes away. But your knowing power and perceptive power remains. You understand what it means to perceive and to know things that happen is temporary, because the things happening is temporary.
Okay.
But you, as pure soul, with your power of perception and knowledge, you are permanent. You understand? So here is what it says, that the qualities of pure soul are permanent, and its power, its quality gets used. You understand?
Yeah.
Knowledge is permanent, but its quality gets used when situations arise, and when the situation subsides, that quality is there, but it is not in use. You understand?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes. Yes.
So what it means,
yes.
again, what it means, if you refer to Siddha Bhagwan, those liberated souls, infinite liberated souls, they are in their natural state. Everything gets illumined, but here we have to perceive things to understand, because we have yet to understand the relative as relative. You understand?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
We have yet to understand the relative as relative, because today's relative really drives us, making us suffer the liking and disliking part. But that we have to perceive in the pure soul light, through vision power, to understand that it is separate from me, it is not me, the suffering that gets imparted is to the relative and not to the real. Real, as pure soul that I am, I simply perceive the suffering of happiness and unhappiness that come and go. Because happiness is temporary, the perception of happiness, that is knowledge of happiness and unhappiness, is also temporary. But the knowledge power and vision power is permanent, because it is related to the quality of the pure soul to perceive and to know. Do you understand?
Yes, right. So when I say હું અનંત જ્ઞાન વાળો છું, ઉપર લખ્યું છે, which is, this is infinite, it's never ending, right? Limitless, right? આત્માના અનંત જ્ઞાન વાળો છું, when I say that, I become that more and more in there. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Yes. હું અનંત દર્શન વાળો છું.
Go ahead.
So when I keep on chanting, or when it just comes to me, હું અનંત જ્ઞાન વાળો છું, હું અનંત દર્શન વાળો છું, when it comes with the complete understanding that that's what I am, that becomes stronger in that gun, in that permanent gun. Am I correct? So when I say that Ananta Darshan Vachu with a 100% belief and strong conviction that that's what I am, I become that. Am I correct when I say that with the Shraddha?
Yes.
And it's really helping me a lot. So this is, when I say it's never ending, it's Ananta means it doesn't end, it's limitless. That's what I was thinking. And I want to clarify that. I was just reciting that. So, very good. Yes, Jai Satchidanand.
Okay, or Saima, Deepakanandji, can you do 3 mantra, please?
Yeah, just a moment.
Deepakanandji?
Hold on. Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand.
Namo
Vitragai.
Namo Arihantanam.
Namo Arihantanam.
Namo Siddhanam.
Namo
Ayariyanam.
Namo
Ayariyanam.
Namo Vajjayanam.
Namo
Vajjayanam.
Namo Loe Savasahunam.
Namo
Loe Savasahunam.
Eso Panchanamukaro.
Eso Panchanamukaro.
Savvapava Pranachano.
Savvapava.
Mangalanam cha Savesim.
Mangalaram cha Savesim.
Padamam Havai Mangalam.
Padamam Havai Mangalam.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Jai Satchidanand.
Jai
Satchidanand.
JSS Deepakanandji, JSS Mahatma.
Jai Satchidanand Radhikant Bhai.
Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Deepakanandji.
JSS Rani, Kashyap, Lalita Ben,
Jai
Dilip
Sachidanand.
Bhai, Renuka Ben, Sanjay Bhai. Hey, Sanjay Bhai, next week you have to come and share your experience.
Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand, Sanjay Bhai.
Dilip Bhai, Renuka
Jai
Ben, Sanjay
Jai
Bhai.
Satchidanand.
Jai
Jai
Satchidanand,
Satchidanand
Deepakanandji.
Deepakanandji.